Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It is Thursday, February the 13th, and we are once again talking all things DeFi and AI agents, the intersection of decentralized finance and AI agents. We are the only show on YouTube dropping a daily video on all things DeFi and AI agents, guys. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, the markets are in the green, which is fantastic. Let's dive into it, guys, because there's been some major announcements today, especially in the AI agent realm, in the open source framework realm. Okay, guys, so let's dive into AI agents to begin with today. So first things first, top of the list, we've got AI Rig Complex, which is the open source framework behind the project ARK, the ticker ARK, which is the open source framework, which is basically built on Rust, which is the Solana developer programming language. And they had a major announcement today that we're going to talk about later on in this video. So stay tuned with us, guys. They've had a 25% increase, which is not to be sniffed at in a market like this. That's fantastic. And for those ARK holders are very excited about this announcement, me included. We also have Ava, which we cover quite a lot on this channel, which is the the mascot, the AI agent behind HoloWorld platform, with a 14.1% rise, which is nice to see. And then moving further down, we see once again Banker here, who we covered yesterday in the video, still sat here, relatively low market cap at $24 million, but has seen a gigantic rise over the last 7 days with a 180% increase. And the mindshare as well. It's the number one project in the whole of the DeFi and AI agent space over the last 7 days for mindshare, Banker, which is built on the base protocol. So we covered Banker yesterday. If you want to learn more about Banker, watch the video that we published yesterday. But yeah, nice to see some green in the markets, guys. We've also seen Vader as well here, Vader Research, which has got like 6% increase. Vader have also made a big announcement, guys. So if you're waiting for these announcements, they are coming very, very soon in this video. So yes, all in all, the good thing to see the AI agent space heat up. And to be honest with you, it's good to see the open source frameworks heat up, because singular AI agents, pumping is cool, but it's not going to have really a major impact on the whole industry. Whereas these open source frameworks are the heartbeat behind AI agents, quite literally the frameworks, the heartbeat, the soul of these AI agents. So to see them pumping is a much better, I believe, healthy sign for the industry that we have in front of us. Okay, let's move into DeFi. So we've got some of the top gainers here today. We've got DeFi agents. This is a very small market cap, so let's disregard that one for now. We've got Wisp up 11.5%, which has also been getting a lot of mind share. Look, similar to Banker, up 130% this week. Wisp and Banker have been doing an absolutely sterling job. Still sat at relatively low market caps, guys, into the thousands in CoinGecko. So do be careful. Swarm again, nice 15% increase, consistently going up, Swarm, and so many people are bullish on Swarm Node. Obviously, they've got the partnership with Zapier. They have the partnership with the NVIDIA Inception program that we've covered on this channel. So it's definitely one to watch, guys, on our list here. And moving further down, we've also seen Graphane, with a 7% increase, but has come down massively compared to it was 3 or 4 weeks ago. And yeah, in general, quite a smaller price action in DeFi as opposed to AI agents, but still, considering the darker days we've had over the last few weeks, like, it's a good day. So really, I should probably change that sign to green. I actually have a green one to my side, but I haven't been able to use it very often because we're always in the red. But anyways, guys, look, it's a positive day today. So let's get into the news. What is driving, the pump in the price of ARK, and what is driving this positive sentiment? Let's get into it. Okay, guys, so jumping into ARK, with its open source framework, Rig is one of the most hyped and exciting open source frameworks coming into the market and challenging the likes of Eliza OS from AI16Z, and it is natively built with Solana. And basically, look, we mentioned this a couple of days ago because ARK basically teased us that there was going to be a launchpad coming, and this is also coming, by the way, on AI16Z for Eliza. But it looks like, ARK have teased it 2 days before, and now they've launched it like 2 days later. So it just goes to show the builders that they have over in ARK and how quickly, lightning speed, that they are getting things done, which I think is very impressive. Now, the AI16Z launchpad, I believe they teased it for April. So, also going to be very, very interesting to see that launchpad, but still 2 months behind doesn't really bode well at this moment in time. But look, guys, let's get into this. So Ijaz, who is from the AI Accelerate DAO that we mentioned the other day on the channel, he's done a really nice post here, just quickly summarizing what is this launchpad and what are the kind of highlights. So let's dive into this. So ARK have just announced their launchpad, and it's called ARK Forge. Okay, ARK Forge. And basically, the quick highlights here is that the launchpad is for new tokens, and obviously geared for stronger liquidity and fair trading. And agent tokens are paired with ARK pools. So in that regard, that's similar to virtuals, where the agent token is shared with ARK pools. Okay, guys. So for all ARK holders, I'm sure you'll be very, very happy to know that this is obviously going to provide a fair amount of buy pressure and demand for the ARK token. So as you can see here, there's ARK-centric routing, which means that all trade flows through ARK, capturing fees and lowering ARK's circulating supply. So there's going to be basically a burning deflationary mechanism based on the demand for people launching these AI agents, because they need ARK to do so. Similar in that regard to virtuals, but they have some really, really cool additions that virtuals don't currently have. And so, for example, the sniper prevention. So on a lot of these pump funds and a lot of these meme coins that keep coming up, there's been a lot of sniping. And sniping basically means that there's these sniping bots that just get the token as soon as they're launched, like lightning fast, and it's impossible for a human basically to outtrade that and get in there quickly. And they buy it, snipe it on the way up, and then they dump it on retail straight away. It's really unfair. And so I really like that ARK have thought about the end user in this regard. They're not just thinking about their own pockets. Okay, so they've got a sniper prevention via a clever bonding curve design. So the launchpad imposes steeper prices on the first block, ensuring exploitative snipers are punished and fairer launch is achieved. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see the difference that has currently on the new launches that come out. There's also deep liquidity because they are basically tied into Meteora's design, which means less slippage and price impact, which basically means if you're jumping into a token, you're not going to get wrecked by slippage. You're not going to get wrecked, if there's low liquidity and you end up buying a token for a lot more than it was advertised. This does happen, especially to people new to the industry that don't quite understand where to find that information. So that's really, really good because it's obviously normie friendly, let's say. You can buy a token with ease via Jupiter Exchange or any popular trading bot immediately after launch. So this is going to be really, really good for projects that want to launch with Arc or Arc Forge. They're going to get that instant, promotion basically across, by being on Jupiter, instant access by being on a number of different, trading bot softwares that's going to be available for people to, basically buy the token. So in terms of exposure, this, link up with Jupiter Exchange is really, really nice. And basically they've also spoke about that they have this thing called a handshake program. And basically what that means is instead of just having lots of crappy agents launching, basically, to be honest with you, there's a lot of people saying, there's a lot of, agents on Twitter that's just annoying people because they're not to a high standard. Well, Arc have, tried to stop this by only allowing, at this moment in time, high quality projects launching instead of high volume of agent launches. So yes, they have this handshake program. So they are handpicking the best quality, AI agents to launch on Arc Forge to begin with. Again, I think it's a nice move. I think it's a good move since we're all invested in AI agents and DeFi. We want to put our best foot forward, especially to the wider community. Look, guys, I've seen a lot of people grave dancing over the last, week or two saying, look, DeFi is dead, blah, 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 blah. They're absolute fools, guys, absolute fools. I've actually bookmarked a lot of those tweets because I'm going to really enjoy showing them when things turn around again. And I hope you guys do as well and support me with that.
We are waiting.
But yeah, good to see that high quality launches are coming. And they've actually announced their first agent launch, Jimmy. So what is Jimmy? So Jimmy is an AI driven trading platform aiming to be the leading ecosystem for autonomous finance agents. And like lightnet speed, guys, the launch goes live in 24 hours. So we're still just digesting, what's just happened with Arc Forge. And now the first project's already going live. So it's like, whoa. Yeah, okay, live in 24 hours. So look, guys, it's going live, the first project on pretty much very close to Valentine's Day. So let's hope that this project gets a lot of love. And I'm sure it will because it's the first project obviously launching on Arc Forge. And I'm sure the Arc team are going to make sure it has a good launch. But basically, what is this? So it's a multi-strategy hedge fund run by autonomous trading agents. It will trade across multiple platforms such as Hyperliquid and Drift Protocol. Now, the real kicker here is the revenue. So a percentage of revenue generated from Ask Jimmy will flow back to Arc via buybacks. So again, deflationary tokenomic model, which is actually helping the Arc holders because a percentage of revenue generated from Arc Jimmy will flow back to Arc via buybacks, okay? And the team has experience managing $1 billion AUM plus contributions. And you can also build your own agent with these strategies as well. Yeah, look, it sounds interesting, doesn't it, guys? By focusing on the high quality agents, this is refreshing as Ajaz is saying here. There's this term that's come around called slot bots that we obviously want to avoid. Be interesting to see, guys, in terms of how Jimmy actually performs. On the Arc website here, we have more information, a bit more detail about Arc Forge. And I think it is quite handy in terms of explaining exactly, some of the more difficult things to understand, especially when they're using quite, a complex language. So where it says Arc-centric routing, it increases volume and captures fees in Arc. So this demand and fee-driven mechanism effectively lowers Arc circulating supply, which is what we want as bag holders because it will mean our Arc is worth more money, directly benefiting existing Arc token holders, exactly. And I think also what was quite interesting here is the expanded reach via Jupiter and trading bots. So I touched on this before, but tokens launched on Arc Forge are instantly recognized by Jupiter's routing system, so instantly, making them tradable through popular bots like Bonkbot, Trojan, Photon, Bullx. So this ensures that the new token gains broad exposure across existing trading tools and user bases right from day one. So that gives a really good USP to launch on Arc Forge over potential other launch pads. So basically, guys, the competition is heating up massively. Obviously, we've got the virtuals ecosystem that is also bridged to Solana, and now we have Arc Fun with their launchpad Arc Forge coming as well. So yeah, look, check it out, guys. It's arc.fun/architecture. If you want to go into a little bit more detail, it's all here for you to take a look at. And Tachi, which is the co-founder and CEO of the organization that basically is in charge of Arc and Rig, came here with a really cool diagram of exactly how this benefits Arc token holders. So as you can see here, there's going to be an Arc supply sink. So if the token price goes up, more Arc is locked in the Arc token LP, which means that Arc circulating supply goes down because the tokens are locked in the liquidity pool. And yeah, so if the token price goes down, obviously it's the opposite effect. So Arc circulating supply goes up. So some Arc is unlocked from the Arc token LP. Of course, if these projects become a success on Arc and then therefore the token price is rising, then basically the whole Arc ecosystem wins. Okay, guys. And then he mentions the revenue generation here. So there's going to be ARC buybacks from the project's revenue model. So we just discussed that for Jimmy, as well as ARC liquidity pool, market fees. So there's lots to be excited about. Look, guys, there's already lots of scams on Dex Screener. I already looked for the AskJ token. The contract address is written right here. It has not been live yet. It's not been pushed live yet. Be careful. It doesn't actually get pushed live until Thursday, February the 13th at 9 a.m. EST. So yeah, there we have it. Really, really bullish news for ARC. Really, really bullish news for ARC holders. Really looking forward to see these high quality AI agents, that we can actually get behind as a community and be really, really proud of what these great developer teams are building over here, in the whole AI agent and DeFi space. Okay, guys, the next story we have today is Virtuals Protocol have announced a new AI agent launching on Virtuals that is actually backed by an NBA champion. So this AI agent basically has the potential to go mainstream, has the potential to get public eyeballs onto a Web3 enabled AI agent and leveraging the established network, obviously, of the NBA champion. So what is TracyAI? Well, TracyAI is supposedly the future of sports commentary and analytics. Okay, so it's a pro-level commentary and analytics built for the public, an NBA champion backed an established network, and it's a sole ecosystem flagship agent. So look, guys, let's have a look at the video. It's only 34 seconds. I'm sure we can have time to watch this, and then we will dive into more info about the project.
Meet TracyAI. Revolutionizing sports commentary and analytics. Tracy is your AI commentator for all sports with deep basketball expertise, analytical feedback, and an unparalleled fan engagement experience. Tracy also helps pro players analyze and improve their game with precision insights. Tracy is also multilingual, providing real-time responses in all languages. TracyAI coming soon.
Okay, guys, so there you have it. That is TracyAI. Obviously, it has the potential to go mainstream because it is basically targeting NBA being one of the most famous, obviously, and watch sports globally. It's interesting, obviously sports and data has always been, very, very close, especially I'm a football fan or a soccer fan. If you're over the US, we have a lot of, Opta stats, constantly, expected goals, etc., that has been becoming really, really strong in our industry. And then obviously if you add in all the kind of prediction markets and sports betting, then suddenly, you can actually see that these AI agents in real time analyzing data constantly can actually make you become a lot more successful in your betting and your trades, which can obviously make you more money. So there's no surprise that a lot of this kind of sports agents are starting to pop up here, but I don't believe we've ever had a sports agent that's backed by what they call an NBA champion. That is interesting. And also, I've read through this blog post, so you don't have to, but basically what they're saying is that the current level of sport analytics, the top level, has only been accessible to hardcore fans, reporters and coaches and general managers. However, what TracyAI is doing is it's giving that to the average Joe, to us, to the retail, to basically get that access to that level of analytics. And so basically they're saying we get meaningful insights, but the more you go down, the more it gets more interesting. They're basically saying that there's many different ways that TracyAI could be used. So for the coaches and the players, they could use TracyAI to gain a deeper breakdown of their team's strengths and weaknesses. It can provide a league-wide comparison showing exactly where the team stands in key categories, etc. Front office would use TracyAI's advanced analytics across multiple areas of team building, whether it's during the draft process, evaluating individual and team dynamics, or analyzing the off-season market. TracyAI helps identify players across the league who would strengthen the team. Okay, and then journalists, of course, would use the advanced analytics to break down player performance, team success, etc. This is just the tip of the iceberg. They say it's got multilingual support as well, of course, as they mentioned in the video, which means again it expands the potential reach. It's not just an English language. And it's saying here that you can interact with the commentator in real time, getting personalized insights and breakdowns instead of passively watching sports debate shows. So it's interesting to think, okay, well, how would that actually be integrated into my existing setup? Right? I mean, that's how I'm watching TV. That's when most people watch sports, or you're watching, on a streaming platform. Well, I'm glad you asked that question because that's what I was asking as well. And actually, if you go down here, it says they're actually talking already to one of the major TV companies in the US. I believe it was ESPN. So tier one sports entertainment networks such as ESPN, they're already working with them, like ESPN with established channels of communication. I've been working with them on bringing agent to life alongside analytics. So that is obviously massive. Now, obviously it says with established channels of communication. It doesn't say we've got a partnership with ESPN. So take it with a pinch of salt. Okay, guys, how this is written. But of course, with Tristan, which is the NBA player behind this, and other networks, they've already established relationships with the NBA and other sports leagues. And so they've also said that NBA is just the first league that they're targeting. It's not the only, sport. I mean, look, this obviously has potential. They do go into their tokenomics, and I was a little bit, wasn't too happy with the tokenomics, if you ask me, because 30% for the team is a huge amount. Usually 15%, 20% a push is usually, what you'd expect for team. And also the lockups and the vests, 36% basically going to be fully liquid within 12 months. For me as an investor, I would have some hesitancy with those tokenomics, if I'm being honest with you. And I'm always honest with on this channel because that's why you watch it. Having said that, the project does have a very, very big, high potential growth. It has an audience of tens of millions. And if they can secure the partnership with ESPN and have this, Tracy AI literally on ESPN as you're watching it, and you can interact with it and, get that, specialist analytics, as you want it on demand, then that's massive. Will be the first ever mainstream adoption of an AI agent that's come out of Web3. So look, the potential is huge. Let's keep an eye on this project, guys. I believe it's launching, I think it's launching tomorrow. The FDV, I've seen a few different valuations for this project, between 20 to 25 million valuation FDV on launch. And they've also said there's something coming up in the next 24 hours. So probably by the time you're watching this video, go to check the Tracy AI Twitter account, because maybe they've got some really, really massive news to share. So look, all in all, great to see. This is good. Like, we're now seeing the next stage of AI agents, not these slot bots, as Ajaz said. And let's see where this goes, guys. Let's see how the launch goes. And obviously, if we can get it into NBA, into the hands of the masses, it would be an amazing achievement for this whole space. Okay, guys, next up, we're talking about another launchpad. Yes, that's right, another launchpad. Guys, think about how many launchpads are coming to the AI agent realm with obviously AI16Z's launchpad, with ArcForge we spoke about earlier. Obviously, Virtual's already here. Now Vader is getting in on the party, okay? Now, Vader Research is very well respected, basically, research, AI agent research kind of organization. They're the creator of Vader AI. And basically, they are introducing the early agent offering, okay? A pre-sale launchpad built on top of Virtuals. It must be said, built on top of Virtuals, just like Vader is itself, the Vader token. Basically, they've identified a problem. The problem they've identified is that startups are short on cash and AI engineers suck at marketing. So how can devs fix this? Well, they've come up with their own launchpad idea, and it is pretty cool for many reasons, because Vader stakers get shared the deal flow for this obviously new launchpad that they're building. And they've actually already announced the launchpad. It's called Ask Billy Bets, which again is about sports gambling, sports betting. Before we get into the actual project itself, we want to talk more about the launchpad. So what is this all about? Why should we be interested in this launchpad? Well, firstly, if you're a Vader holder, this is really, really bullish for you, because 3% of any agent supply that's launching on this, launchpad is basically donated to the Vader treasury. So 3% is a lot. It's a big supply. I mean, that's basically like an incubation amount that you'd expect as an incubator. And obviously, if you're staking to participate in these offerings, the Vader token, then that's going to be, you're going to get the upside potential benefit of that 3%. And obviously, depending on how many of these agents launch, you might be able to recoup your investment in Vader if these AI agents perform well. And they're basically saying that they've shipped this 4 months of work in 4 weeks, and they're basically saying that they're trying to find the next OpenAI and convince them to launch on Virtuals via Vader AI. So there's going to be a lot of competition, basically. Okay, so as we saw with the ArcForge launchpad, the team put in some mechanisms to protect basically retail and normies like you and me, which is great, by making it more expensive for the first block, to basically stop people from sniping the tokens as they come out, because it will be expensive and they will get basically lose money potentially on that. Well, I really like here that Vader are also thinking about us and about just not getting dumped on immediately. And basically what they've done here is they've come up with a new model, and basically they're calling it a hodler score into this algorithm. So if you sell immediately, your points get slashed. So your points will get slashed for the next time that you want to come into initial agent offering here. And if you're a diamond hand hodler, your points go up. The longer that you hold, the more points you get. Basically, the better it's going to be for you, to get more allocation, etc. in the future, and get the benefits of being a diamond hand hodler. And if you just keep dumping, then your points are going to get down. You're going to struggle to basically get into and get good deals within the whole kind of Vader ecosystem. So I like that they've done that. It's also beneficial not just for us, but also for the project, obviously. So they don't just want a typical up and down chart, which is typical of traditional launch pads. Okay, guys. So diving into the first project that's launching with Vader for their early agent offering is Ask Billy Bets. So this is an autonomous sports betting agent, guys. So it differs to Tracy AI, because basically what Billy does is Billy uses real-time data consistently, by leveraging AI, and knows all of the statistics over years and years and years and years, but also in real time as to what's happening. And Billy places strategic bets into decentralized betting platforms to basically obviously win. Now, he won't win every single time, but he wants to win consistently. And if he wins consistently, okay, you can't ask Billy to bet for you, but you can bet on Billy. Okay, so basically you buy the Billy token, and if and when Billy wins, he will burn the Billy token, and therefore you would make the upside of Billy. There's definitely huge potential in this kind of betting agent. And I do wonder how the betting industry will react when they see these AI agents that are just basically taking their cake. They've been having it too good for too long, these gambling companies. But now that they're not up against humans, they're up against AI agents that have all of the amazing real-time data and all-time data at their fingertips to make the right decisions. And so I think it's an interesting one, guys, and they're raising at a $2 million valuation, which is like obviously a 10x less than TracyAI. So I do think this is long-term bullish for the Vader tokens. I think it's still sat around 25-30 million market cap. So I do see a fair amount of potential upside for Vader, especially if their launches do well. And it's funny now we're talking about launches all the time, because this goes back to 2021 when there was like tons and tons of launchpads launching, and we saw that success in the likes of PokerStarter, DeFi. They didn't always have the best practices, but what I'm trying to say is the potential tokens, especially if we go into this bull cycle that we're expecting, a long-term kind of bull cycle over this year, then the impact that 100x AI agent will get the whole of retail looking back at our space again. And so these projects that will have the best quality AI agents launching with them, such as potentially Vader or ArcForge, are going to do very, very well. So things to keep up on, guys, is I would probably maybe place your chips in some of the projects that are launching the highest quality agents, because not only will you get access to the agents themselves, you will also obviously do well with the upside. Now, that's not financial advice. That's just based on what I've seen over the last few years. And to be honest, it's just common sense in terms of, where attention goes. Attention goes where the money is. So look, let's see how this goes, guys. I think I'm personally bullish on this news, and let's move on to the next piece of news. Okay, guys, the last bit of news for you I have today is that Eternal AI have now bringing their decentralized AI agents to Mode Network. So Mode Network is a project that we cover a fair amount on this channel, but it's really, really cool because you can launch a Mode agent in just a few clicks. So no coding required. So you just go to eternalai.org, click launch, simple as that, top up with EAI, which is the native token for Eternal AI, and link your agent to an X account, and voila, there you go. Okay, guys, so if we head over to the website, so what actually is Eternal AI? So it is a decentralized operating system for AI agents. So these guys seem to be very, very focused on deep research and very, very focused on decentralization at every step, as you can see here. So I really like this. Obviously, like a lot of AI has been built across centralized, LLMs like ChatGPT, etc. And we're now seeing that this project really, really cares about permissionless, censorship resistant, and decentralization, a lot like the Venice project that Eric Voorhees basically announced. They seem to have the same kind of core ethos, which I like, which we all should like if we're in this realm. So yeah, they have real decentralized agents, decentralized inference, and decentralized compute. And as you can see further down here, they actually integrate with ELIZA and with Rig, which is from Arc. So if you're not lucky enough to be part of the handshake program and get picked by ArcForge to launch on their launchpad, you can still go ahead and launch with Eternal AI, your AI agent using the Rig framework. If that's something you'd like to do, you will need EAI tokens to do that. Yeah, guys. So look, if you like the kind of philosophy, I know I certainly do, of Eternal AI. Obviously, it's completely open source. It's focused on decentralized AI. Then why not contribute to the project yourself and actually get involved in the project? You can find them at eternalai.org. All right, guys, that's all we've got time for today on the video. I hope you've been enjoying these daily videos of all things DeFi and AI agents. I know I certainly have. If you've been enjoying the content, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. Look, guys, I'm very, very excited about these quality, launchpads coming with both AI16Z and particular with ArcForge. There's going to be obviously a good amount of AI agents coming to the market, and quality hand-picked AI agents, and that which will no doubt get mainstream attention. We also spoke about today with Virtuals Protocol having an AI agent launched from basically an NBA champion and potentially partnering with ESPN. We are showing signs of getting that mainstream attention and therefore actually getting some mainstream adoption of Web3 enabled AI agents, guys. So it's getting exciting. It's nice to see the price action reflect that, especially on the ARC token. Look, guys, we'll be back here tomorrow. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day, but do not forget to watch us on this channel, guys. We will see you back here again tomorrow.